The paralyzing truth of knowing you are enough. Hey ladies, I'm back, and today I want to have an interesting conversation with you. So in my work, I'm always helping people understand their truth, and that is alignment. The symptoms of life like overwhelm and chaos and disconnect in our relationships, anger, frustration, these are all side effects of something that's not working in your life. And culturally, let's just be honest, we are conditioned to not be enough. Conditioned that we're not doing enough as women, as mothers, in your career. People will flat out tell you that. You're not enough. You're not working hard enough. You need to work more hours. And in order to find alignment, aka balance, I don't use the word balance, but I'll use the word alignment, you have to take a stand for yourself. And this is an inside job. You have to do the inner work in order to not let the external affect you as much. But let's be honest, you're human. So you're going to have human moments when you do feel overwhelmed, when you do get angry and frustrated, when you might feel burnt out or a lack of energy. And it's not about push, 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 hustle, hustle, grind it out. You can sleep when you're dead. It's about finding purpose and really understanding, what am I here for? And you're here to feel good. You're here to find joy. And parenting does not need to be something that depletes you. Your career does not need to be something that burns you out. Owning a business does not mean you need to work hard and work to the bone in order to be quote unquote successful. So when I'm working with a woman and she says to me, here's my big scary goal, or here's what I want to achieve in my life, I ask her why. Why do you want to achieve that? And she might say, because I want to leave a legacy for my children, or I see these behaviors in my kids and I want to break those patterns. Or she might say, there's just this knowing inside of me. There's this feeling, there's this calling, and I can't ignore it anymore. I'm so sick and tired of my own bullshit. Now, the truth is, we teach what we need to learn. So everything that I teach you, I don't sit on a pedestal and say, I've been anointed with this wisdom and therefore I am perfect. I teach what I need to learn. Either I've already gone through the process and I've learned through it, or I'm going through it now. So this is really personal for me as well, because when I started this conversation, it was about, the paralyzing truth, or whatever the heck I said, because I don't remember, of knowing that you are enough. My whole life, I went through feeling like I wasn't enough. I wasn't good enough. I didn't have a sense of purpose. I was like, who needs me on this earth? Oh, I'm just going to screw up my kids. And it literally left me for dead. Because when you're hustling, when you're trying to prove your worth to the world, you become a control freak. You are trying to control how clean your house is. You're trying to control your money. You're trying to control other people, whether it's your children or your friendships or your partner. You might be trying to control the way you look, whether that's your weight and what your ass looks like, how big your lips are, how perfect your tits are. When you feel out of control internally, meaning if you have the belief system that you are not enough and you don't know how to manage that, you're going to control externally. Your child's behavior has nothing to do with your sense of worth. But how many of us, and I've seen it again and again because I'm recording this when it's around graduation time, I am so proud of my child. We've worked so hard to get so-and-so here. Our worth is attached to our children's academics. Our worth is attached to if our children grow up to be successful adults. Our worth is attached to how much debt we're in. Our worth is attached to our relationship status. And we're all human. And I'm not going to say that I don't want all of those things in my life. I strive towards them. But when you have this awareness that all of us have this imposter syndrome and worthiness crap inside of us, it's like the dark side of being human, you have to manage that story and that belief that will pop up again and again and again. Just like if you have a tendency to overeat. You're like, ooh, I have to listen to my body. I have to stop when I'm full. Or if you know you're going to binge on your phone, or if you're going to binge on Netflix, and you're trying to manage that to have healthy boundaries. You also have to have healthy boundaries with your relationships to, am I worthy enough? So you get to this point when you realize, holy shit, I've been running away from my power. I've been running away from my enoughness. I've been running away from my brilliance and ease and flow my whole fucking life. When you're always trying to find a problem, you will find a problem. If you keep running to your doctors, if you keep running to your naturopath, if you keep reading every self-help book and you're like, oh yes, there, see, I can improve there, and I can improve there, and I can improve there. Oh, yep, I can take that supplement. Oh, I can drink more water. Oh, I can cut this out of my diet. Oh, I can do that test, and I can do that test. When are you going to feel enough? When is enough going to be enough? Because I'll tell you, this is a slippery slope. Having had cancer, when you walk into your doctor's office or your naturopath's office and you say, I have a symptom, my sleep is off, and you're prescribed 3 more supplements. Or, I'm just feeling out of sorts. Maybe I should get my hormone levels tested. Well, guess what? Your fucking hormones are never going to be perfectly in balance. There's no such thing. And our perfectionism and our enoughness literally bleeds into every single thing that we do. And I watch it with my children when they have an hour of iPad time in the summer, and I wouldn't have allowed that before. And I'm like, you know what? They're going to swim outside. They're going to have fun. They're going to do all these things. Am I a bad parent for allowing them to do that? No. Do I still have some boundaries and rules? Yes. But is their screen time equated to my enoughness? And the answer is no. Even if my children were on social media, screen time, watching YouTube videos for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they ate McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that has nothing to do with my enoughness. If I want to make an impact in the world and make sure that my children have healthy eating habits, yeah, I should probably role model that. But my worth has nothing to do with that. And so as you can see, when we're not conscious, when we're not aware, we literally walk through our lives like sheep. And everything that we do, how you spend your money is literally driven by your enoughness. Well, I can't do that because I'm not enough. I can't do that because I don't believe in my ability. I can't, or you spend more on crap that you don't need to try to prove your enoughness. So what would your life look like? What would your life feel like if your goals were not attached to your worth? If you literally had this purpose to make an impact in the world, and you felt the calling, and you were making good money, and you weren't struggling, and you felt ease, and you felt contentment, and you know how to feel in alignment, and your relationships are amazing because you have worked towards it. You are enough. And you are worthy of having all of that. And as these words are literally coming out of my mouth, I will be mirroring them back to myself. I am with you, girl. We are in this together. We're breaking generational patterns of women who never felt enough to take a stand, to use their voice, to make an impact, to create space for themselves in the world. You are enough. And for those of you, I have a special secret invitation. I'll be announcing this on the podcast. You might see me talk a little bit about it on Instagram if you're following me there at Mom is in Control. And we might be sending out a few emails about this. But something that I'm opening in the fall, and I haven't really announced this in previous years, is my Soul Elite program. And this is a year-long coaching experience for women in business and executive level management positions or CEOs in corporate. And I've done this once now. We did this last year. And I noticed that women at this level have this ambition, they're go-getters, there's wants, needs, and desires. But oftentimes, because we have the traditional success, we don't feel that inside. And we're still trying to hustle for our worth, and we're still trying to prove to the world that we are worthy. And it manifests in our relationships at home, in our relationships at work, and you burn yourself out. And so if you are this woman and your ears are perking up and you're like, I want contentment, I want ease, I want flow, I want the coaching, I want the support, I want to dive deeper, I want to invest in myself, then listen. I would love to connect with you. And all you have to do is go to heatherchauvin.com/take-back-control. And if for some reason that URL is not working for you, then just simply send us an email at support@heatherchauvin.com and let me know. So what happens is when you go to heatherchauvin.com/take-back-control, you fill out the application, and I'm going to review it, and then you and I are going to get on the phone for an intro call to see if the Soul Elite program is a right fit for you. Again, this is established women in business and women who are in corporate executive levels or CEO who want more in their lives, more alignment in the personal and professional. So when you're filling out that application, I want to know what your struggles and your challenges are personally and professionally. And then when you and I talk, we can definitely talk about what is going on in that program and how it could best serve you or if it's a right fit. So heatherchauvin.com/take-back-control. You